Welcome back. On today's episode, we'll be discussing 27 Dresses, the prequel to Danny Boyle's genre-defining 28 Weeks Later, starring Cillian Murphy as a man who wakes from a 28-day coma to find the majority of the world's population decimated by the rage virus, a disease which turns people into zombie-like rage... What's that? Oh, it's not? Oh. Well, in that case, cue up your favorite montage music, try on every outfit in your closet, have a Red Bull, and join us as we discuss 2008's 27 Dresses, starring Katherine Heigl and You've Got Mail staple, James Marsden, where we see how many rom-com tropes and cliches you can actually cram into an hour and 50-minute movie. Welcome to You've Got Mails. Always the bridesmaids, never the brides. I'm Jason, this is CJ. Welcome to You've Got Mails.
Cyclops is back, baby!
Fuck yes! My God, where has this guy been my whole life? Today's episode of You've Got Mails, we're doing 2008's 27 Dresses, starring Katherine Heigl as a woman who can't say no, and somehow has 27 goddamn friends. Wow. Holy shit.
That's some real pre-30s energy right there.
How many weddings have you been in, aside your own?
Like actually standing up on a stage?
Yeah, so I mean, yours obviously, you're a married man, so your wedding is a number one. You
Yeah.
were obviously in that one.
So not counting my own two.
Oh, two?
Yeah.
This is all news to me. I thought you were only married once.
Well, no. Oh. Okay, I see how it is.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I've been in two wedding parties.
Oh, okay.
Where you stand up next to somebody and hope they don't fall on you.
I got it. I feel like we've got it pretty easy as men, though. I mean, you're not... this movie made it look like a real goddamn chore to be a bridesmaid.
It does.
Literally, like, the biggest inconvenience as being a groomsman is just renting the tuxedo and then possibly trying to keep everybody alive the night of the bachelor party. Other than that, it's just, you're just there to get drunk. You've got no responsibilities, nothing. I was a best man. I had to write a speech, but it took me 2 seconds, and I did it the night before. Very lackadaisical about the whole thing, and it came off perfectly.
So is that you've been in one wedding and you were the best man?
I've been the best man once, and I have been a groomsman 2 times.
Ooh.
So, but I mean, I don't even know 27 people close enough to be in their wedding, like, let alone... Yeah, I've never been invited to 27 weddings. I don't think I've been to 27 weddings even as a guest.
That's the thing that got me about this movie, is the idea that she has 27 friends, that she's close enough that every single one of them... Is it because she's a wedding superhero? That they're like, oh, we gotta bring her in because she's gonna make everything work.
I kind of got the impression at a point that maybe she wasn't even that close of friends with these people, that it was just word of mouth. Like, she was one woman's maid of honor or bridesmaid, and then she told a friend, and then she told 2 friends, and then she told 2 friends, and all of a sudden, to the point where she's in 2 weddings on the same day.
She's the wedding rabbit's foot.
Yeah.
You've got to have her there because your wedding will succeed.
At that point, if you're that good, why not just become a wedding planner?
That's what I thought this was about at first. I thought she was.
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess maybe we should give a little background just in case. I feel like we went right into what we're talking about.
Yeah,
People
absolutely.
might not have seen this movie. And now, Katherine Heigl plays Jane, a pretty average lady with a pretty good job, but pretty unremarkable, not really going anywhere with her life, secretly in love with her boss. And she is a wedding guru, essentially. She's a number one. You know, if you're making an Expendables movie about ladies that are good at weddings, she's number one, right? You got her and then whoever else. So she's been in 27 weddings, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Secretly in love with her boss. Her fly-by-night, not a care in the world sister comes into town for a couple weeks, immediately falls in love with her boss. He falls in love with her. They end up getting engaged. Now she has to be...
Shit. Okay. You're 40 minutes into the movie that fast. All right.
No, but I mean, the whole plot of this movie, I think, is that her sister is marrying the man she loves, and she can't say no. It has to be
she
the
really
bridesmaid.
Cannot.
It's a pretty pivotal point in the movie where, you know, James Marsden, Cyclops fame, the Notebook fame from last week, and thank God he's gets his due in this movie to a degree. Although I've got problems with him in this movie, which we can get to.
I feel like we've been following this guy's career for years.
To 2 weeks at least.
I feel every fucking minute of it.
I mean,
like,
I'm going to be honest.
The curse is broken. Finally.
And then next week we'll watch a movie probably where he gets murdered in the first 30 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she has to be the bridesmaid, help her sister plan the wedding for her and the guy that she secretly loves. Hijinks, if you want to call it that, ensues. So that's basically the gist of it. I don't know how we...
Well, you skipped about 13 scenes with Judy Greer, and I'm a little offended about that because
I love Judy Greer as much as the
I
next
love
guy.
Judy Greer.
So here's my issue with this movie, I guess. And Judy Greer, I feel like we could have kicked up her scenes a little more of her, and I might have been a little more happy. To go back to last week a little bit, as much as I hated The Notebook, they kind of turned all the tropes on their head, where everybody was, you thought they could be the bad guy, you thought they'd be this thing, and they weren't, and then the two leads were the worst people in the movie. This movie is like they took every romantic comedy trope, plugged it into a computer, and then the AI bot wrote the script, and nobody's that exciting or interesting.
You think it's that fly by night?
It's very vanilla to me, this movie. Like, this is what I was expecting. When we got into doing a podcast about romantic comedies, this is the prototypical, like, this is what I thought we were going to get. You've got the lovelorn main character who's in love with someone else, but probably isn't the right person for her, and then you've got this other guy who doesn't seem like the right person, and she is diametrically opposed to, and they butt heads about everything, but deep down inside, you know they're going to end up together, and they love each other. You've got the sister who plays the outside force that's trying to ruin the relationship that the main character wants. It's just, and oh my God, you've got we can get into it, but so many just scenes that you expect from a romantic comedy. The dash at the end to get to where the other person is. The proverbial run through the airport, although this time it was a jump from a dock to a boat, but it's all the same.
They could have used a little more slow motion in that. I think where you see cookie cutter, I see a little bit more depth in this one.
Tell me about it.
I really
show me the light. I'm the bridezilla. You're the excellent bridesmaid. Talk me off this ledge and make me feel like today is going to be my day.
So as we come into this, we both have our list of notes on this movie.
Right.
Yours, you have impeccable handwriting.
Thank you. They're very sparse. Like, you should have seen my notes for the Notebook. Look like the Zodiac Killer wrote them. I mean, I had stuff going up the side.
I saw them on the Facebook. Yeah. My God.
This, I couldn't come up with a whole lot because this movie, just to me, these people were so goddamn boring.
Mine looks like a drunk person wrote them. Spoiler alert, a drunk person wrote them. Oh. I mean, right off the top, about 3 times right in the beginning of the movie, I got twisted and turned. I thought she was going to like 5 different weddings. Turns out it was only 2.
Right.
I caught on to that after a few minutes.
Right.
Everything to do with Cyclops threw me off. Like, I was like, why does this guy hate weddings? He's got this whole thing about him where he just hates weddings vehemently.
Vehemently?
Yes.
That's the word.
That's the word.
I got you, boo.
Thank you, pal. So he hates weddings. I can't figure out why. And then, boom, he's the biggest wedding writer in the world. In New York, which is the world for them, if you ever talk to somebody from New York.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a fun little twist, I guess.
Surprise, surprise, he's actually a great fucking writer.
Yeah. Although, great writer, kind of a stalker.
I'm starting to realize, after watching a few of these movies, there's a fine line between stalker and romantic, and it's definitely looks related.
Yeah, and also to go back to The Notebook, we talked about how much Ryan Gosling negged Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
All James Marsden does in this movie is neg the character of Jane. Tells her how awful weddings are, how what she likes is stupid, like, talks about how all of her job is stupid.
In his defense on this one, he negs the situation before he realizes he likes her. He's not trying to sleep with her. He's trying to write a story about her.
Oh, see, I don't think that's true. I don't think he thinks to have the idea to write the story until 3/4 of the way through the movie when he realizes that she has a closet full of 27 dresses. When he sees her at the wedding, he doesn't know that this is her life. He just sees a cute girl at a wedding and sees her running around and like wants to meet her and talk to her.
Oh shit!
And then he gets her planner book in the back of the back of the taxi.
That's where it changes. That's where it changes for me.
That's the part that weirds me out is that he keeps her planner and then shows up somewhere that she has penciled in just to try to get with her and doesn't even try to make it look like a coincidence. He's just like, hey, I read your planner. Here I am. I knew you'd be here. It was either this or your waxing session in a week. And I was like, well, gee, you could have at least like bumped into the bar and said, oh, hey, remember me? I was in the taxi. We shared we were at the wedding together. No, that didn't happen.
So here's my question. All right, question number 1 of the night.
Okay.
Because the way I see it, he meets her in the back of the taxi.
Right.
He's probably like, I go to weddings every fucking week, and I probably hook up with another chick every week.
You get the impression that that's the kind of guy he is?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at his Jim Halpert hair. I mean, this is 2000.
Wait,
when did this movie come out?
I didn't get that. This was 2008.
He was rocking the fucking token white guy energy right there. This was his girl that night. It was supposed to just be a one-night stand. Nothing happens. He finds the book in the back.
Okay.
Realizes who she is. She is also a vital function of the New York wedding industry.
I didn't get that impression at all.
So from here on out, here's my question. Until they finally sleep together or fall for each other,
yeah,
is he working for the story that he's going to write on her, or is he working to get her?
He's working to get her from the beginning.
You think?
And then the story comes along. Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was all about the scoop. He wanted this big story so that he could get out of his
That's not the impression
purgatory.
I got. Like, I honestly don't think that story was ever even an idea until he realized that she'd been in 27 weddings, and he was like, well, this is a story. Because even, like, her planner, I don't think, had all of her past weddings. It just, he saw how much she liked weddings, she had all the clippings, but not necessarily that she had been a bridesmaid in 20, well, I guess it would, to that point it would have been 26 weddings, because the goth wedding came next, and that would have been that would have been the 27th wedding.
Which was great, by the way. Kristen Ritter.
I love Kristen
Speaking
Ritter.
of goths, I'm pretty sure she's a vampire.
Absolutely.
Because she
She's
looks
looked
exactly the same
Yes.
for 30 years.
And why wasn't she in this movie more? I would have loved to have seen her in this movie more.
They didn't give her enough meat on the bone on this one.
There were a lot of people I would have liked to have seen more than the main characters in this movie. But yeah, I don't think that he was ever out, and I don't think it was a one-night stand situation either. I think he was genuinely intrigued by her when he saw her running around, and she was there, then she wasn't, then she was there, then she wasn't. And I mean, we can go right to the beginning where she falls down and gets knocked out, and he kind of shoos off all the other bridesmaids. Like, we've all seen
Well,
James.
because he's also a pro.
They're
They're both wedding pros.
We've seen James Marsden circa 2008. He could have any bridesmaid he wanted.
This is true.
There's no reason he had to go for that one. So
Yeah.
I think there was a genuine connection there where he actually was genuinely intrigued by her and was interested in her, and the story didn't come about until he got to the meat of the story and found out there is a story here. Up until that point, I don't think that he was writing that story the entire movie. He didn't know.
I assumed once he found that notebook, that's where it began, where he's like, this is better than a one-night stand. This is the story that gets me out of writing purgatory.
No, because
Is that what he's in?
he put a lot of time in talking to her and like following her around in a almost creepy way. Leaving her notes, calling her, stealing pages out of her planner. If you're going for a one-night stand, you're not putting in that kind of effort.
I think you're being unfair. He's really good looking, so it wasn't creepy.
I think we're going to find that there's a certain Venn diagram of hotness and craziness that you can get away with. We're not complete sewer chuds over here, but if you and I tried this shit, probably wouldn't work out for us.
No, not at all.
We're no James Marsden.
No, well, this brings me up to another question, actually, because you said you've been in some weddings.
Yeah.
Have you hooked up at a wedding?
I never have.
No?
But I'm also not the kind of guy, I've never just really hooked up randomly in general. I don't think I have that kind of swagger or confidence about me.
For the record, I never have either.
Okay.
I've always thought this was a weird thing in wedding movies, television shows. I've never seen in weddings where people were just pairing up and walking away.
Yeah, for me...
Is that a thing?
For
There's
me,
like a Noah's Ark sense to it?
For me, most weddings I was in or attended either had a date or they were, very close, like high school friends, and I knew everyone that was in the wedding. So it wasn't like you were meeting somebody for the first time. There was never any kind of like, oh, who's this? I'm going to try to date here at this wedding. It was more like just like, oh, there's cousin Jamie over there. Like, I know her. Not going to try to sleep with her. That would be weird.
Well, weddings seemed like a reason. Maybe this is a local phenomenon, but weddings seem like a reason to just get absolutely plastered.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the idea. You're staying at a hotel possibly already near the venue.
Yeah.
You're going to get absolutely fucking fushnickens.
Yeah. You load up at the cookie table.
Then you
load up at the bar. And then you toss your cookies about 2 a.m. and you go to bed.
For both of our listeners outside of Pittsburgh, please pause, go to Google, ask, what is a Pittsburgh cookie table? You'll see it.
You'll probably move to Pittsburgh, or at least try to have your wedding.
Oh, the cookie tables are... I had no idea that this was a Pittsburgh thing until my own wedding, where we're planning the food, and I say, well, where's the cookie table going to go? And my wife's like, you fucking yinzer. But sure enough, we had a cookie table at that wedding.
Gotta have the cookie table.
Absolutely.
We're going worldwide with the cookie table.
Okay, I don't know why I have lists of questions for you here.
Okay, no, I mean...
But here's another good one.
Okay.
DJ or live band? What do you prefer?
Oh, DJ.
DJ, yes, because there's a list of fucking staples.
Yeah.
You have to hear every time. September.
Yeah.
You're going to hear September.
Which I do think a live wedding band probably knows these songs. I'm not taking any chances.
No, I want to hear the original. Like, you know where to move. You know where to dance. You know where to sing along.
And, like, I get a couple drinks in me, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I want to hear Freak a Leak. You know, I want to be able to just ask for it, and I don't think Jimmy and the Cruisers is going to be able to bust that one out.
I'm glad we agree on this.
Yeah, there's certain songs. No, not, for me, my personal, and I don't. We can get into this. I'm not a wedding guy. I don't want to get too deep into things. But, you know, marriage to me is just maybe not necessary. I'm kind of in the James Marsden camp maybe on this one. Okay. So I've never been the kind of guy who plans out their wedding well in advance and has this dream wedding. But I do have one prerequisite if I ever get married, and there will be karaoke at my wedding with a DJ as well. But I really wanted to see all my friends singing whatever they want to sing at a wedding. So
I like this idea.
Twist on the wedding
now
music
I gotta come
situation.
up with a song.
We'll figure it out.
So, okay, we veered off of this movie a little bit. James Marsden.
That's because this movie's not very interesting, CJ.
I disagree. I disagree.
Right. Well, keep bringing me around. And let's talk
this
about...
movie, you know where this movie brought me in? Is this movie is pure 90s energy. Like, even though it's in...
From 2008, yeah.
Yes, it feels 90s as hell. And it is cookie cutter, but it felt wholesome in that cookie. Like, I knew where everything was going to go, even if I didn't know where it was going to go. I loved Malin Ackerman. Is that
Malin, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but yes, yeah.
Shows up.
She plays Tess. She plays Jane's sister.
Looking slightly evil the entire time. She has, like, devil horn eyebrows.
Oh my God. Who is, like, she immediately walks in the apartment. Oh, your place is cute. Where's the Red Bull, bitch? Let's go. Like, and it's just like, I'm supposed to hate her. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, it was just such a caricature of that kind of
But it was nice.
Character.
It was a refreshing thing after last week to have a bad guy. Even if you still love her in the end, or you're supposed to still love her in the end.
I don't think she should have had a redemption in this movie. I don't feel like she earned a redemption in this movie.
No?
No. I'm going to be honest with you. Aside from some of the side characters and it's not even that I like them, but I enjoy the actors that played them. Like, I love Judy Greer, and she played Casey. She was Jane's friend. I liked the Gina the Goth, even though she was barely in it. I think it's more because I know those actresses from other things, and I know that they're good, and Judy Greer had some good lines.
Agreed.
But for the most part, these characters were so disposable and interchangeable. I mean, Katherine Heigl is a cardboard cutout. I didn't like her. I didn't dislike her. I was just like, meh. Edward Burns is her boss. What a charisma suck. Like, how is that guy the guy she's madly in love with? He's got to be the most boring guy in the world.
I can't believe we disagree this much on this.
I'm sorry.
That guy seems like a catch the entire time.
It's not for me. Like, I was like, you've got James Marsden here. You've got Edward Burns here. How is it even
like, what I didn't understand is how he never thought his assistant was a viable option. How do you not? I can't say that I was absolutely crazy about Katherine Heigl, but if I was a single guy and Katherine Heigl was my assistant, waiting on my every whim and need, I would sooner or later think like, well, maybe I should ask her out.
Maybe just, you know, shit where you eat. Workplace romances oftentimes don't work out. Plus, you're the CEO, CFO of a giant corporation. You ask your assistant out and she doesn't want it, you could lose everything.
Yeah, this is true. But I genuinely enjoyed him. Actually, I mean, the only person I didn't really like was the sister. And honestly, when I started thinking about the move she was pulling, so she's lying the entire time about who she is.
Yeah.
How many times has one of your buddies been at a bar and you walk into the middle of an obvious fucking lie and you back them up the entire time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna get into things, but I've told a white lie here and there to a girl. You know, I've been down that road.
Yeah.
And none of her lies were honest to God. So, here's what she lied about. She said that she liked animals. She didn't dislike animals. She wasn't like kicking dogs on the street, but she was never like, I gotta have a pet. This guy loved dogs. So she pretended to like animals so that he would like her. He was a vegan. So she said that she didn't eat meat, even though she did eat meat. Am I missing anything? These are the two major lies, correct?
The children thing? Was there something to do with children? She didn't enslave children?
He has a little brother, not a real little brother.
Yeah, how could you not like this guy? He's fucking dreamy. He's got a little brother.
He's in the Big Brothers, Little Brothers.
Yeah.
And he's got a kid that he takes care of. She doesn't dislike kids, but she does have that kid cleaning his apartment at one point and passing it off like she did it. But these are the things that she does. He likes her enough to ask her to marry him. And then at the end, when Jane's had enough and she goes to the rehearsal dinner, she puts together a little slideshow and basically exposes these couple of lies.
That was some salty shit.
It was salty. It was awful, honestly. And all of a sudden, the marriage is over. If this marriage was literally based on the fact that she didn't eat meat and liked dogs, I'm pretty sure it didn't have a whole lot of legs to stand on anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, is that enough? That'd be like if you were marrying a girl and the whole time you dated her, she told you that she didn't eat seafood. And then at the rehearsal dinner, her best friend is like, oh, by the way, here's that shrimp cocktail you ordered. I know you love shrimp cocktail. And you're just like, well, that's it. We're done here. I can't marry you.
Well, for him, it was an ethical choice. He did not eat meat.
I guess so, but like, I just didn't see how that was what the relationship was built on, to the point where once he found that out, they were like, well, we're all done here.
Yeah.
It's been a good run.
I think it was the embarrassment factor. Also, they really forgave Katherine Heigl kind of quick on that. I know the sister was a little angry for a while, but
that's how these movies work.
If you're gonna shit on two people that you love, you don't throw it at the fan. You throw it at them personally. You pull them aside.
You did, yeah. You blew up their spot in quite a public place, and it was very. I mean, I feel like Katherine Heigl's character can't say no at all. There's a whole scene where James Marsden has to kind of convince her to say no, teach her how to say no.
Scene.
So I feel like this is more or less just this has been bottled up in her. She hasn't been able to say no. People have been walking all over her for years.
Mm-hmm.
And she finally hits her tipping point and just has that public meltdown because she couldn't control herself. Now, it was definitely premeditated in a way, but it was just kind of like, that was the volcano erupting. Let's be honest.
We are putting together a photo montage. It was premeditated for 7 to 8 hours before that.
Let's go to the beginning. And let's talk about how all of this could have been avoided if Katherine Heigl would have said anything. So her sister comes into town. She is, Jane, Katherine Heigl's character, hopelessly in love with her boss. Never tells him, never even tries to make a suggestion that maybe they date. Then the sister comes into town, meets him on the first night, is out with him all night, which that scene was probably the most awkward. And like, I could feel that tension. I get that. Like, they go out separately on their own, and then Katherine Heigl has to go back to her apartment, and she just cannot sleep. Yeah. She's up cleaning the apartment, just wondering, like...
We've all been there.
What is he doing to her right now? Like, she's just waiting for
They're
her
playing it off for comedy.
Yeah, but it's...
In reality, we've all been there. We've all been up at fucking 4 a.m. thinking, that person is absolutely filled with a person that I don't want to be.
Yes! Why haven't you texted me
yes!
Yet? So... Finally, she does come home, and it doesn't seem like anything really happened. Just says she's had a wonderful night. Why at that point wasn't she like, listen, I really like this guy. I've had a thing for this guy for a while. If she's your sister, she's gonna be like, oh,
yeah,
I guess he's off limits. Yeah, no, but instead, she lets them date so much to the point where I'm pretty sure every night when she goes to bed, she just listens to them boning on her couch.
Oh,
like, God damn, Katherine Heigl, say no. One time, say no. And that's a real strong move by that guy. He's a CEO of a company, but instead of going back to whatever beautiful apartment I'm sure he has, let's go bang on my assistant's couch, who's also your sister.
Oh,
it's kind of weird.
Did they bang on the couch? Did I miss
She walks in at one point and they're passionately making out on the couch, so that leads me to believe.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
but either way, like, does this guy not have an apartment? Like, he's the head of a very, you're led to believe, successful company. Why does he keep going back to her sister's apartment where she's just staying? Why aren't they get a hotel, my guy? Like, you've got the money.
You can afford a hotel.
You've got the money. Obviously. It's awkward. But yeah, that's why I don't think I can really get behind any of these characters. Because literally, they're just not that bright. Like, I don't understand, like, why Katherine
That's-
Heigl doesn't just say, hey, can we stop this for a
I think
minute?
you're doing this thing where you're adding a lot of pragmatic thought into... I mean, this movie would be 14 minutes long. If she would have just came out and said, hey, I really got a thing for you.
I get that.
Also, my sister's here. You gotta tell her to fuck off so that we can... And the sister... Like, so here's the thing, too. I've been trying to figure this out. Is this a movie thing or a woman thing?
Well, if it's a movie thing, I might have an answer. If it's a woman thing, I've got no clue. But please, go on.
Okay. Is there dibs? If me and you were at a bar, we're both single. A girl walks in and you go, I have to know who that woman is.
Yeah.
I'm immediately going to go into wingman mode.
Yeah.
If I walk up and you're just like, absolutely, I'm a stout and stern vegetarian, I'm going to be like, hell yeah, I see this guy cry at panda videos all the time. It doesn't matter if I'm absolutely is dibs real for women? Can she just look at her sister and say, hey, I got dibs on this dude?
Well, I think this is two different questions you're asking, because you're kind of asking, do you back up the lie for a friend, and do you wingman? Which is an absolute probably yes, but it also is the total different dichotomy where they're family, and this is someone that she has known for a long time and is in love with, and she is in turn lying to him. So you don't back up the lies for your sister, I don't think, in this situation. And yes, there also is dibs. She should have been able to just go to Tess and be like, hey, I've got a thing for this guy. I work with this guy. I've known him for a really long time. Could you date anybody else?
And literally a model.
And she is within her rights to do so. Like, to ask that question and to draw that line. But that's kind of like her whole character. She can't draw that line. She won't draw that line. And she needs to learn how to draw that line. And eventually she just melts down to the point where she burns that line to the ground. She
really does.
Yeah. But it all works out. It's a romantic comedy and everybody's happy.
Okay, just to change subjects a little bit.
Okay.
I have a feeling. It's second episode of this.
Right.
I think I need a rule that I'm probably going to trip over here and there.
Okay.
We're here to judge movies, not women.
Well, absolutely.
Feels like a right rule, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to trip over that rule immediately.
Okay, so you're going to judge the woman right out the gate?
Katherine Heigl.
Yes.
That's our main lead.
Yes.
Beautiful woman.
Okay.
Extremely ugly eater.
Did she eat in this movie?
Multiple times, and every time it looks like a cave troll chowing down on a fucking rock.
I didn't even notice. My goodness.
Oh my god, every time she anger eats.
Really?
Yeah, and it is every time I know.
Was she angry when she ate? Or
Absolutely.
Oh. There is the scene where they're eating pancakes with the dad, and she's just stuffing her mouth.
That's one of 4.
I didn't realize
one
that.
of 4 scenes.
But I do recall that, and that was played for humor. I'm not gonna judge somebody for, a scene that was in a movie that was aching for humor so badly and lightheartedness. They actually tried to give me a bit of a laugh, and I accept it.
Every time a nose should have been coming out of her mouth.
Pancakes
like an entire fucking carrot or something was going into her mouth.
That's funny, because that was kind of her. She wanted to say something, and she just cannot say anything. So instead, she ate her feelings, and I respect her for that, and I feel that. As someone who eats their feelings on the regular, have a bad day? How about a Whopper?
But a Whopper, when somebody's asking you a question, you're just like,
some guy cuts you off in traffic. How about a 40-piece nugget? Yeah, I got no problem with Katherine Heigl stuffing her face. I think that's a relatable, enjoyable aspect of this movie. Speaking of trying to shoehorn comedy into a movie that doesn't really hit, and I usually love a good montage. Can we talk about the montage scene of her just trying on the 27 dresses?
That wasn't for me or you, buddy.
Well, that wasn't even for anybody.
No?
That was like look at me, I'm fun. And then they were just like, she'd be dancing by in a dress and then dancing by in another dress.
I'm questioning, am I an asshole because that's for the ladies, or are you an asshole because you don't realize it's for the ladies?
No, because I love a good montage. Like, that's what I love a montage. That could have been a great montage, but because she is just an emotionless person that I didn't care for and didn't find relatable at all. It was more like, look at me, I'm having a good time, I'm fun, you're supposed to like me.
You heartless cocksucker.
Oh, wow. That's...
I can't...
I'm sure I'll find a montage I like, but just these just boring. The boring people. Like, everybody in this movie to me was just a boring person that didn't really do it for me.
My God, man.
I'm sorry. And did she not notice and think it was weird that he was taking pictures of her in every dress?
Yeah, that was a little odd. That was a little bit like, yeah, saving this one for later.
Like, that's the point where he decided to write that article in my mind. And he's snapping a picture at every dress, and then and at first she was like, why are you taking a picture? And he's like, well, you just look so cute in the dress. She's like, oh, okay. And then it was just Fashion Show City for the next, that had to have been a solid 8 hours she was trying on dresses.
Every single dress, new hairstyle.
I didn't notice that.
Even when she's in the kimono, she has fucking chopsticks holding a bun together. So there was, between each dress, there's a solid 45 minutes where this guy's on the fucking couch watching television.
Just like...
And then she pops out and he's like, wait, let me turn the montage music back on. We got another scene here.
Let me get my camera ready. Excuse me.
I mean, she put in the effort between each dress.
Yeah, I don't know. I love a good montage, and that one didn't do it for me. I can't even remember what the music was that it was set to. I think it was just generic music. Usually you gotta have like a real bop to go with your montage. And this was just like a dun, 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 here's a dress, here's a dress, here's a dress, here's a dress. And I don't know.
My God, I have, on my notes here, I have a line that just says, favorite love song about a sandwich.
Oh, wow. Why? Is there a love song about a sandwich in this movie?
There's a sandwich line in this somewhere that I must have written that down about, but...
If there is a love song about a sandwich, I don't know it. And if there isn't one, we should probably write it.
But right after that, I have a more poignant one.
Okay, good. Because I didn't know where we were going to go with that. Unless we were going to dip into favorite sandwiches. Mine's a Reuben, by the way.
In a real world, would you be bankrupt for this many weddings? Weddings are fucking expensive.
There's a point in this movie where he was like, how do you afford all this? She's like, they're my best friends. Bitch, best friends ain't paying your bills.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what that meant.
I remember from my own wedding having to call up my groomsmen and being like, look, I picked out tuxes. They're at the men's warehouse. Come on by. It's going to be about $40. And I'd say half of them were like, that's way too expensive, bro.
And you're like, no. The guy, he guarantees.
Yes.
You'll like the way you look. $40 is perfect. Yeah, weddings are a pain in the ass. Like, I'm glad I've only been in 3. It's just such an awful... I don't want to be the James Marsden where I hate on weddings. But you get married and you're like, hey, we're getting married. Here's a list of all the things you need to do for us and pay money for. Like, I'm not going to do that when I get married. Like, if I get married, if ever, it's going to be courthouse. And then we're going to run out like a nice community center. We're going to pay for some food. Show up whenever you like. You don't got to get dressed up.
Those honestly are my favorite.
I don't care.
I've been to about 4 or 5 of those. Those are my favorite.
We're gonna throw the karaoke on. We're gonna drink our faces off. And that's gonna be that. There might be a nacho cheese fountain too. Not that I put a lot of thought into this, but that's a thought I've had. But it's gonna be real simple, and I'm not gonna put anybody out.
Hold on, I stopped listening to nacho cheese fountain.
Somebody should write a love song about that.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, you get fondue. Why not nacho cheese?
So okay, here's another one for you.
Okay.
What's the weirdest thing that's happened to you at a wedding? Or not even happened to you. The weirdest thing you've seen?
I wouldn't necessarily say that it happened at the wedding. I do have a very good friend, and this was in Michigan. He got married, and I wasn't even in the wedding. But my best friend, one of the guys that I was actually the best man in his wedding, was one of the groomsmen for this wedding. These were all college friends. And everybody got super drunk. And then we went back to my buddy's house. His parents have a beautiful big house on a lot of land, like 6 extra bedrooms. So we were all staying there because a lot of us came in from out of town.
It was a dream.
We go across the street to some almost like a college party that they knew the people. Everybody continues to get trashed. My friend gets real sloppy drunk, falls into a jagger bush. And then I almost fought one of the other groomsmen because they wanted to leave him there. That's probably the most extreme wedding situation I've had, but even that's not that weird or like crazy. It was just, that sticks out in my mind as like a memorable moment from a wedding situation. How about you?
I mean, I have a list.
Okay.
I've been at one where the groom and half of the wedding party got arrested.
That's great.
It wasn't hard arrested.
Where's the movie about that?
They stepped outside to have a smoke of things you can't normally smoke out in public.
Okay.
At least not back in 2010.
Okay.
and a cop walked by and cited every single one of them.
Okay.
Interesting thing about that, it ended up the same judge that married them 8 hours earlier. It's the same judge that got the citation.
That's beautiful.
So it was just like, hey, you're good.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fantastic. And who's going to hassle somebody on their wedding day? If you're
been-
out there in the wedding dress, smoking a bowl, and the cop wants to give you a
Yeah,
hard
exactly.
time, come on, man. It's your special day. Let them be free.
I think my favorite, though... So I was at my best friend's wedding. TM, coming up soon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's Julia Roberts' territory.
Let me set the scene.
Please.
Okay.
I'm gonna close my eyes again. This is becoming my favorite part. You're a real storyteller, and like whenever you say, I want you to imagine. I just want to close my eyes and see what happens.
I'm sitting at a table.
Okay.
It's actually one of those weddings like yours. They got married in a courthouse.
Okay.
And we're having a nice party at a community center. Got the groom on my left.
Okay.
Got one of the other henchmen.
Henchman?
Yes, one of the other henchmen on my right.
Was he a Dick Tracy villain, the guy that got married?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, one of the other groomsmen, right there on my right. On the opposite side of the table, we have the new bride.
Okay.
We have my wife at the time, my girlfriend.
Okay.
And we have the
Those are
henchman.
separate people, right? My wife at the time and my girlfriend.
That's the same person.
Okay, good.
We have the other person, the groomsman's girlfriend.
Okay.
So 4 of these people are dressed fairly wedding-y.
Okay.
The people that weren't were
Can I
my
guess?
buddy and his exotic dancer girlfriend.
I'm shocked, but okay.
He's dressed like Steven fucking Seagal. Full white linen, head to toe.
Oh my god.
She is in a low-cut dress a la Jennifer Lopez, the green dress.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We look over, the 3 of us men. Her entire titty is laying on the table.
Wow.
She's leaned on the table. The entire titty is fallen out of the dress.
Okay.
And is just pointing at us.
What's your move? Do you? You're gonna get to it, but I'm curious.
I make eye contact with my wife.
Okay, not the titty.
And then I make eye contact with the titty.
Okay.
Over and over again.
Okay.
I'm like, you've got to see
Or
this
you're kind of giving her like
titty.
the nod, like you're
Yes.
motioning her with your eyes.
You
like
have
you
to
gotta-
be involved in this
Would
situation.
you look at this shit over here?
If there's a straight titty hanging out, I will contact my wife and say, hey, you got to see this. You got to be in this situation with me. We are
And also,
in this together.
I feel like it's not your place to be like, yo, titties out. But
Yes.
if you can get your wife involved, it's more her place to be like, hey, hon, maybe put that away. And let her kind of got...
That is exactly what happened. And the brand new groom of ours, like, whispers in my ear, goes, I'm going to get divorced. Like, she's going to see that titty and she's going to divorce me.
It's not his fault.
There's no way I didn't see that titty. She's going to know that I saw that titty. She's going to hate me. That's her feelings.
You're
on
just
the
going to
titty.
bump back into each other
Yeah.
at the cookie table and be like, what did you just see? I know that you saw something.
I was able to make psychic communication with my own wife to say, hey.
Can you do something about this titty?
But of a few odd wedding scenarios, absolutely my favorite.
Bless her
was
heart.
just-
I know your wife, and I'm sure she was just the sweetest about it, too. She probably was like, hey, sweetheart, I don't know if you know this. You got somebody broke out of the cell.
Yeah.
They're on their way. So, yeah, good
I
for
believe
her.
the exact words might have been in her ears. Your titty's hanging out.
And that's beautiful. That is a good one. I like that a lot.
I want to tell you my favorite line from this.
Well, we're getting kind of close on time.
Okay.
So I think maybe we roll into our grand gestures segment of the podcast where we kind of just give our final thoughts and opinion, not opinions necessarily. We'll save that for ratings, but is there anything that we didn't get to cover that you'd like to cover before we roll into the end here?
Okay. One, Cyclops finally gets his.
He does. Good.
Like, that makes me happy.
Good
Like,
for
I
him.
feel like I've been waiting a while.
Of all the people, and I haven't been shy about saying that I really didn't, not that I didn't like the people in this movie, but they were just real vanilla. Like, I didn't really care about any of them. I thought a lot of them were just kind of meh. But as far as personality goes, and it's the weirdest thing. I was introduced to James Marsden through the X-Men movies, obviously. I'm a 90s kid, like, kind of a nerd.
Wait, what are the X-Men movies?
Please, like, you don't know. He was real boring in those. Like, and I guess his character in this movie is supposed to be kind of a stoic, no nonsense kind of guy, but really didn't show a lot of emotion, period. Wasn't very relatable, kind of two-dimensional. So far in the rom-coms and the romantic dramas, James Marsden's batting 1,000. Like, he's got the personality. He's got the charm. Maybe if he would have shown a little bit in X-Men, he wouldn't have got cucked by Wolverine. But yeah, he was by far my favorite part of this movie, even though it was a little weird that he was just following a woman based on his planner that he essentially stole from her.
Well, and this leads to my new terminology.
Okay.
Let's go back to the X-Men movies.
Right.
Okay. He's boring. He's white bread. But he's an alright guy. There's nothing wrong with him. He actually is very much in love with the protagonist.
He's the safe bet.
Okay, and the same thing in The Notebook. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy that your daughter starts dating, you're going to be like, great.
Yeah.
I'm happy about this.
Yeah.
Nothing is wrong with this human. He does not get weird with people's feet, or he's not stalking anybody. But he gets, as you said, cuckolded every single time.
Right.
I'm calling this getting cycloped.
I love it.
Okay. This is going to be my term for when the other person, other guy, other gal, is decent, but still gets fucking pushed out of the way.
Yeah. For the less safe, possibly problematic love interest.
Yes. And I'm glad that in this movie, he did not get cycloped.
No, he didn't.
Well, I mean, probably because
honestly, if Edward Burns would have shown any kind of charisma, he might have. That guy was just so boring. And I loved it. I did like the part where they finally kissed, and I was like, no, really?
I enjoyed
is she
that
getting
too.
back with this guy? And then she was like, you know what? I didn't feel it. He was like, you know what? Me neither. And I was like,
I enjoyed that.
I was like, it's very mature of both of you to be like, let's give it a shot, and then just realize, no, you know what? It's not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I really like that. I did like that a lot.
I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah. Well, please, what was your favorite line? You were about to tell me your favorite line from the movie. We didn't get into that.
When she cuts up the dress and she finally has enough and says no, she's marching out of the building.
Yeah.
She says, "You're just some bitch that broke my heart and cut up my mother's wedding dress."
It's very specific.
That's cutting.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
painful.
Well, especially coming from your own sister.
Yeah,
like you're not my sister anymore. You're just some bitch.
Yeah,
that did this, this, and this. Yeah, that was good. I like that. Anything else, or was that?
I think I could go on for a while in this movie. Fuck you. I enjoyed this movie.
Hey, and you know what? That's a fine romantic comedy, romantic drama. It's art, and art is subjective. You know, some people like Picasso, some people like Monet, and some people, you know what I mean? It's if it makes you feel good inside, CJ, I'm not going to judge you for it.
The only other thing I got to say,
loud.
this might as well be an interview. I'm just going to ask you a question.
Okay.
The whole Benny and the Jet scene.
This is actually okay. This is part of my last.
You know what? Go ahead. Let's do it.
This is my thoughts. So that's what I was going to say. I really did enjoy that scene. Like I said, I didn't get a lot out of this movie. It was the only time that our protagonist was likable. And I feel like that art imitates life. There's a lot of boring people out there, and once they get a few drinks in them, they're a little more enjoyable. And I feel like at the point when Jane, Katherine Heigl's character, actually starts getting a little tipsy, I was like, where's the movie with her? Like, I want to see her like this the entire movie. And from what I read online, they were actually a little drunk when they filmed that scene, which makes sense because they let loose a little bit more.
Yeah, you feel it.
You can feel it. So I really enjoyed that. And electric boobs. That was my favorite line from the movie when they're actually singing Benny and the Jets, but they can't get the words right. At one point, she sings electric boobs. So I enjoyed that quite a bit.
I love that. That scene is very lame, but at the same time, have you ever been in a moment, like in a musical moment, where everybody in the room is singing the same song?
I have.
Everybody's having a good time.
I have.
It's
so happened at a bar a few times, and it's great when just like
great.
That one earworm of a song comes on. I actually have a very fond memory of one time at a bar where Dobie Gray's "Drift Away" came on, and the whole bar sang it, and it was just that moment where you're like, oh, I feel like I'm in a movie right now. Yeah, it's very cool, and I really like that part of the movie, and I did, like I said, why couldn't she have just been drunk the entire movie? I would have had a better time.
Just rocking out Elton John, just drunk, hanging out, trying on different dresses.
Yeah,
new song.
I mean, maybe if they would have got her drunk for the montage, I would have enjoyed it better. I'm a real big proponent of the montage, and they kind of ruined the montage in this movie, and I'm upset about it. Because there's just something about a good montage. Like, when you get it right, it's so right. When you're just forcing it down somebody's throat to make you like somebody, it's not as good of a time.
True.
But I don't think I have anything else other than that. My notes are pretty sparse. Like I said, I didn't get a lot out of this movie.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry. So we will go into our Nicolas Cage portion of the podcast. Which makes no sense if you didn't listen to the first episode. And I'm not going to give you any backstory. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and listen to the Notebook episode, you sons of bitches. Why would you start on number 2? Our first game is 6 Degrees of Nicolas Cage, where I try to connect this movie to Nicolas Cage in some way. This one was way easier than expected, because what I'll usually do, I'll hit up IMDb, I'll start scrolling the cast list, and I'll try to find someone that I know has been in a Nicolas Cage movie. That's how I went with the first one. I start scrolling through IMDb. There's a scene in this movie where Jane walks in on her boss, which, for the love of God, George, the most boring man in the world, is trying to propose to her sister. Jane shows up first, and it's one of those surprise party tropes where the one person walks in who's not meant to receive the surprise.
Oh, the whole band starts
and the band plays, and the
for
banner.
some reason is absolutely blocking her from leaving the room.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're not saying no. There's a maitre d' in this scene. He is played by an absolute nobody who wasn't even credited in the movie. He's actually a theater actor. His name is Michael Anthony Coppola.
Coppola?
Coppola. Don't know if you know this.
Jesus.
Francis Ford Coppola, director of The Godfather. Big name in Hollywood. Nicolas Cage is actually a Coppola. Changed his last name. So this guy is a relative of Nicolas Cage.
My God.
Right in this movie.
So it's not even a movie 6 Degrees. It's a blood 6 Degrees.
It's we're right. We're
like,
so
it's a family
close.
Reunion. This guy's like, I was in 27 dresses, and Nicolas Cage is like, I was in everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
He's like, we're so close to having Nicolas Cage in this movie. It's scary.
Oh, wow.
So that's my connection to Nicolas Cage in 27 Dresses. So
nice. Well, my little Nicolas Cage thing is, like I said last week, is I'm going to get him on this podcast. I'm going to do what I can. So I
was honestly pretty upset when I showed up today and he wasn't here. So
yes. Well, the bathroom it would have been a lot cleaner if he was here.
Okay.
So I gave my first step was just a Google search. How do you contact famous people? And I
Maybe
tell you what,
just get a cameo from Nick. Are the cameos still a thing? Maybe get a cameo from Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God. All right, well, I have next week's ready.
There you go.
So I tried Googling this, and I got about 30 to 40 different websites where if I pay about $50, they'll just give me his personal address.
That has to be a scam.
What? All 40 to 50 of these different websites
I'll tell you what,
are
you
scams?
give me $50, I'll give you his personal information.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't sign up for any of these.
Good.
But I'm going to keep searching.
Okay.
Like, it's going to happen. I'm going to get him on this podcast.
All right, so
I don't know what's going to happen when he's on this podcast. I'll probably just not be able to talk.
So far, you haven't been scammed, so that's a good thing. I think we have one Nicolas Cage movie on this list, and I don't know if we should take it off just to reserve it just in case he shows up. Or do we want him to review something that's not a Nicolas Cage movie with us? What do you think would be better?
You have very high hopes for me.
I mean, I just don't want to... What if we roll...
You know what? No, fuck it. Let's go with that energy.
All right.
Let's take it. Is it Moonlighting?
It's Moonstruck.
Moonstruck.
You're close.
Let's go ahead and take that off the list.
All right, we'll take it off the list. So that way, just in case we can get him. And then you...
When we get him.
You're right. I'm sorry. When we get him. So you can go ahead and use that as like a little ace in the hole. Like, hey, we're reviewing this movie. Can we get you on for it? So
I like it.
I do too. And on that note, let's go into a little segment we call Turn This Chick Flick into a Dick Flick. We're going to take this movie and try to make it more appealing to the fellas. How would you turn this chick flick into a dick flick, CJ?
So I got some ideas.
Okay.
First, imagine that she could read minds.
Oh, Jesus.
It was telepathic.
Are we going down this road again?
No. Okay. What would have really got my attention is in the scene where she calls him out, where she says, "Oh, you just seem like some asshole that was stood up at the altar," and he just admits it.
Yeah.
He says to her, "Yes, I've been in this situation before. About 50 years ago, I had a woman leave me."
So he's doesn't age?
Yeah, he doesn't age. He is Cyclops from the Notebook.
What?
Yes.
We're talking Lon?
Yes, he is Lon. He just changes his name every 20 years.
Fucking mind blown.
But in my perfect story,
right,
he doesn't go past that. He just leaves it at that. He leaves you fucking wondering the rest of the movie.
And that makes it a guy movie?
Sure.
All right, I'll take
That's it right there, because
I mean, it works for me.
it had me thinking the rest of the movie, just thinking of it.
Yeah, all right.
Mhm.
I like that.
And what about you?
Let me take you down a little path here. We're going to go psychological thriller.
Okay.
Is how I feel.
Okay.
Jane has been in 27 weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Every wedding, bride brutally murdered the night of the wedding.
Oh, okay.
She's cursed. She doesn't know what to do. Obviously, the cops looking at her like, what the hell is going on here? She meets James Marsden's character. Seems like a nice guy. Great guy. She falls in love with him. They start dating. He does the same job. He's a writer for the newspaper. He writes commencements for the announcements for the weddings. So obviously he's at every wedding. Oh. She ends up back at his apartment. She opens the closet. What does she find? 27 goddamn dresses. Wedding dresses. Because he's killing every bride.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then there's just like a weird like Buffalo Bill scene where he's like in a wedding dress dancing around the apartment. There's a montage of this motherfucker dancing to songs wearing every wedding dress. And that's a better montage than what we got in this movie. And that's
fuck me. I feel like I gotta up my game after hearing this.
That's my move.
I came with some weak shit.
I'm sorry. You'll get there eventually. I love time traveling Lon. That's great. Let's put Lon in every fucking movie. All right, so I think we should get into ratings. I have a feeling we're going to come in a little differently on this one. Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'm going to...
Okay.
I'm going to give this 3.75 dresses
Jesus
out of 5.
That is high.
High?
That is high.
That's down from the 4.25 that I wanted to give it.
Oh my god, that is extremely high. Please tell me why this movie was rated so highly for you, because I feel like 3.75.
It was a nostalgia movie. It really brought me back into that 90s energy.
Okay.
With, it had everything you need. Bad transitions. It could have been solved in the first 30 minutes if people just communicated.
Okay.
But it was watchable the entire time. I didn't once pause this movie to see how much time was left. I just watched it the whole way through.
Okay. I didn't either. That doesn't necessarily, to me, make it a good movie.
On The Notebook, I paused that shit 5 times.
Okay. That's all you got then? Just the 3.75 coming in that high for our second movie and just throwing caution to the wind?
How are you not going to come in over a 3?
I'm going to tell you exactly how.
Is this better than The Notebook?
So I have feelings, and I'm kind of piecing them together as I go here. The Notebook, obviously, I rated a 2. The Notebook was not a slog to get through, but I just hated the people so much that I had to rate it low. The movie itself was not bad, as we discussed, but the people in it were just so awful that I rated it a 2. I'm going to give this a 2.5. And the reason it gets the extra half a star, and I don't even want to say this is a better movie than The Notebook. If we're going production value and technical, but I'm writing with my heart here, not my brain. This was not a better movie, technically speaking, or story-wise. Acting wasn't any better. I just hated the people less. This was a harmless movie. It was an easy watch. I was able to get through it without being upset at anyone or thinking, how much more of this do I got to put up with? So to that degree. But this, like I said, this movie is basically just if you took every romantic comedy together, put it in a blender, and then just splooshed it all over the screen. This is the basic white bitch of rom-coms. This movie shows up in a pair of Uggs, it orders a pumpkin spice latte, and it goes, yes! Yeah, and it just, I mean, it was inoffensive. It didn't upset me. It didn't bother me. But by no means was it a technical masterpiece, or they weren't breaking any ground.
No.
Nobody was like, oh, this is quite the acting that I'm seeing here. It was just very much cookie cutter, vanilla.
I wasn't here to have my ground broke.
I'm sorry. I mean, that's fine. I mean, like I said, if you liked it, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I like it. This is a positive experience. Especially after last week, where I ended last week, and I thought to myself, this was all a mistake.
See, I didn't think it was a mistake. Honestly, I was happy to talk about how awful those people were. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment. I don't know.
This movie gave me hope, where it wasn't like, oh my God, thank God there's a silver lining on the horizon. It was just, at least I can enjoy some of these movies. I'm also, I'm a sucker for just a simple, brainless movie.
Yeah, and sometimes that's good. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, because I do think that we're going to see a lot more of this than we are The Notebook through this spiritual journey of ours through the romantic cinematic universe, if you will. I think we're going to see a lot more of this crap.
The romance cinematic universe.
That's right.
The RCU?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little bourbon in at this point.
I like it. So yeah. So should we roll our movie for next week then? Are we all done here with 27 Dresses?
Let us consult the AI, the famous Google random number generator.
Pretty sure they wrote this movie.
Well, the next movie they want us to watch is number 57.
Okay, let me check the list. Ooh, Love and Basketball. Do you care to take a stab at what this movie is possibly about, other than love and basketball?
Oh, the safe guess that I'm going to give it is this movie is about love and or basketball.
You son of a bitch. I feel like you've seen this before.
I'm just that good. I'm
looking it up now. It looks like it's literally a movie about love and basketball.
Who's in it?
It's Omar Epps.
Okay.
Omar Epps. Regina Hall.
Okay.
Who I enjoy quite a bit. Gabrielle Union.
Gotta love.
Which I like a lot. And, Mr. State Farm himself, Dennis Haysbert.
You mean the guy from the State Farm commercials?
Yeah, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
He could lull me to sleep.
He really could. I would watch that guy do anything, pretty much. Just read me the phone book and I'm good.
Correction, sir. You could listen to that guy do anything.
You're right. I could listen to that guy. All right. Well, anyhow. So please, next week, come back, see us again. We're going to do Love and Basketball. And until then, I think I'm going to roll with the tagline from last week. Stay romantic and don't be shitty to each other. Have a great week, everybody.
See ya.